It's all 4. Dang, boy. Hey guys, welcome back for another episode on the UCC truck. Today we are blessed with some help. Jordan came all the way up from Tennessee again. Instead of cleaning the shop, he's gonna do some welding. Full disclosure, we already got this intercooler mounted. It was kind of a struggle because both of us had to like hold stuff, tack stuff. Some of this aluminum welding is his, some of it's mine. But you know me, I like to be involved. And we got the mounts. Now this is just square tube, and then we sleeved it inside with round tube, so it's pretty sturdy. This is an On3 3rd gen intercooler. I ordered a fancy one, it did not show up, so this is what we're gonna have to take. Now the bolts are not tight yet, and as they tighten, it should tighten this up quite a bit. The other thing we are gonna do is probably add a cap here for a little bit more strength, but it is sleeved inside. We have our old intercooler pipe right here, and you guys can see nice fitment there. And now Jordan is going to go ahead and work on from a V-band to a Vangeon here. This pipe's a little tricky. He's going to have to go down around this CP3 and then work his way into the shelf there, but we're going to get to work. We also last night got our nitrous brackets. We have 2 187 jets right there, and then right now 4 15 300Ls right here. I might change some of these to 375s, it just depends, but all aluminum. And once the lines are hooked up, this won't be as floppy, but for right now that's it. We have our Maximizer 5 with our 2 extra drivers, so these 2 big kits will be manual, and those 4 kits more than likely will be progressive. So Jordan's gonna get to work. Vibrant Piping, Everlast Welder. You got anything to say? This is your time to shine, Jordan. Do you like Fig Newtons?
No.
What's your favorite candy? You are really killing this intro clip, dude. Oh my goodness. Hershey's?
Yep, Kisses.
So progress of the day. We got the compounds done, sort of. We got our factory 3rd gen intercooler mounted. We ran some square stock sleeved with round stock inside to a round stock with a bolt, welded some tabs on. We have our cold side pipe all done. The triple pumps really fought us on that one. Into there we got our map sensor bung put on. Some of our fittings showed up, so now our fuel system is completely plumbed, all nice, looking nice. So that is done. And then I still gotta do the hood stack. We got most of our nitrous wiring ran. So before you guys panic, a lot of this is scraps and stuff. We had to add battery positive, negative there, so I didn't have to run a million cables through the firewall. And then we have our 2 solenoid drivers mounted there, our Maximizer 5 mounted there, and everything is not finished tucked yet, but luckily Armor left us this awesome dash that I can just hide all my crappy wiring in. And then we're gonna run all of that down here. These wires right here are the positive and negative for the big solenoids to the relay. These 4 are the hot side of the relay for the Maximizer. These 4 are the controls for this relays on the Maximizer. Ran out of relays, so I ordered 8. We'll need 6 at least. So the 6 will mount right there. The grounds will go right there. Positives will go right there. So it'll be really short runs, a lot less wiring. And then we got our AirDog relay mounted in the cab, hooked up, and we got our arc panel relabeled. So making little waves. We also ran our transmission wires. So we have our 12 volt key on, which is pink. We have lockup, which is the gray color, and then our overdrive is yellow. So these 3, basically I gotta hook them up to the shifter. From there, our neutral safety switch, we figured out what wire we need to intercept, and we got to terminate it. And then the only thing left of the nitrous, we got to run these 3 ground wires over here. I'm also thinking about just running them to the ground that's right on the other side of the firewall. And we have to intercept our throttle position sensor right here. But yeah, progress was made. Oh, we also put our wastegates on, made sure those still fit, which they do. And then we got our coolant line ran. So it's quite the jumbled mess right here, not gonna lie, but we still should have good room for our oil feed lines. Gets a little tight down here, but I can still get the oil filter out right through here. And then we gotta fab up our compound support. It's gotta change now. And then our hood stack, as you guys can see here, it's a little tight, but we'll make it fit. Shifter is fully wired now. Still waiting on some relays. And we found a bunch of our safety parts, like our Logan built flex plate shield. And we did some just cleaning up. Now, still kind of messy, but for 2 people trying to get ready for an event, not horrible. Now we're gonna get this thing up on the lift, finish the trans wiring, finish the trans blanket, flex plate shield, dipstick, as well as our cooler lines, get those finished up. And then from there, we can drop it back down, put some trans fluid in it. We already got our converter bolts in, and hopefully we are really close to firing this thing off. So I realize this video is kind of a lot of talking, and I do apologize. We're kind of getting down to crunch time. So we've got most of our wires that we weren't using. I left some of this stuff because it's not really, it just came with the truck. We might use it later, so I just kind of nipped it right there. Plenty of line to put it back on. Same here, I disconnected this. It was some kind of a nitrous air shifter situation that we're not needing. We did get our Logan built flex plate shield. You guys can kind of see it right there on. We also got our Logan built shifter cable installed. I won't lie, the flex plate shield, it fits. It's just with my application, I kind of fought it, not Logan's fault. And then his shifter bracket, love them. Now we don't have to grind the pan down. Everything fits. It's adjusted in second gear. You guys can see there, nice and loose, which is how you want it. We got to still hook up the lines, drive shaft, but we are making progress. I'm going to blow these cooler lines out. I'm not sure what's in here, if a trans came apart or anything like that. And then from there, we need to address the four-wheel drive shifter, which if you guys look kind of up there, you can see that we're gonna have to do some fab to make that work, but we'll get it done. I also need to run a drive shaft breather over there, but yeah, just slowly getting it done. We can actually now fill the trans because our dipstick's in. I got to put the line pressure gauge in and the trans temp probe in, but you know, every day making progress. I'm very happy with what we've gotten achieved today thus far. Night's still young, so I'm gonna keep plugging away. My goal is to have this thing back down on the ground and put some trans fluid in it here shortly. But just figured I'd show you guys what we're up to. Again, time-lapsing is very hard under a truck, especially this truck. There's just not a lot of spots with all the bars and everything. So anyway, next time you see it, we'll have the lines on and everything finished down here. So we got the transfer case here. This is two-wheel drive. Don't mind those welds, all right? Come over here. Oh, now we're in four-wheel drive, bud. Oh, now we're in two-wheel drive. Not my best work, I'll be honest, but it works. And that's all that matters. Time has passed. Went back to the single turbo for engine braking, just so we can see everything easier. We got our initial 12 quarts of trans fluid, plus the one in there. We have put our sensors all hooked up, starters installed with our wires. We have the ignition wire right over here. Actually, it's these two wires right here. All we got left is we got to put a battery in, and then we should be ready to fire this puppy up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this battery swapped with this fresh one. You guys already know I hate optimal, but that's what the battery tray was made for. So for right now, we'll let it ride. But yeah, we are almost to firing this puppy up. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we're gonna let the air dog run and see what kind of fuel leaks we have. I'm pretty positive we double checked them all. I'm also gonna hook up this starter wire here, make sure we have our trigger like so. Sounds like our air dog is fully primed. We're gonna get rid of this rag because Lord knows I'd forget about that. Make sure our damper is clear. Looks like everything's clear. Okay, so we'll just check a few things here. We got the trans fan. We'll shut that off. Let's check this fan. Pretty sure I saw the dust of 2019 just blow out. So we'll shut this off and we'll figure out with Donovan why the screen is not reading. We turned to somebody much wiser and older than myself, David, and he figured out how to get us to this screen, which does look familiar. So now we're gonna go ahead and get the starter wire situation figured out so we can crank this thing and essentially get the trans fluid and do a cam break in. Okay, so we just got that bypass right now. Let's go ahead. And it turns over. Heck yeah, guys. So now we'll just crank this thing until we get oil pressure. We'll give that starter a break. Oh my God. Real bad. What is it? Oh, an injection line. It's all right. Christened a fresh build there. The pulleys. All right, guys, let's grab a wrench here. All right, you know, that's why we have dry fires, guys. I did, Dave. You made the cut, bud. All right, let's just make. Oh, hey, and another one. So clearly, I was probably half asleep when I tighten these down. Okay. Let's go ahead. And we have oil pressure, guys. So now we can plug this in and see what kind of tune-up Donovan had in it. Okay, so we got the solution for why it cranked and did not run. I did not plug the injectors in. So I got the injectors plugged in, and now we are flashing in a tune file. The way we're running this one's kind of funky because it's not really a truck. It's not really an automatic. It doesn't have an output shaft speed sensor. So we're loading the tuning in, and then from here, I got the battery charger on it. And hopefully we get first fire here very, very soon. Okay, so we're gonna start it and let it run for about 8 seconds so we can fill the trans. Okay guys, now we're gonna go ahead and fill the rest of the trans. I'm gonna just put, hold on, let me double check here. Might be leaking out actually. No, I think that's just fuel. So we're gonna go ahead, we got 14 in there. It was 12 plus 1 after I was cranking on it, plus 1 in the converter. So we have 14. I'm gonna go ahead and dump 3 more in there. And that should get us through the break-in period. Okay, cam break in. Hopefully it was successful. We didn't lose oil pressure, didn't change pitch. Obviously we need to work on the tuning a little bit. It did pop a little, but everything sounded good. Unfortunately, RPM did not work, but whatever. We got our hot retort done. Now we're just gonna let this thing kind of cool off. It's rather warm, to say the least. So we'll let it cool off and then put our top end back together, and we'll start breaking. We'll probably end up doing it right there in front of the shop because we have zero time. But everything went good. One couple little fuel leaks, not a big deal. I'll take it. No oil leaks. Trans actually was not leaking. It was actually just fuel. So that was nice. And you guys can see under there, just fuel leaking. That's it. So I'm all in all very happy, and hopefully this cam took to the break-in. Guys, I'd be lying to you if I'm on cloud 9. Always good. We had just that little thing with the injectors, little fuel leak. Honestly, for all my first starts, this one's probably been my best, so I'm happy about that. Everything was plugged in. It runs a little funky because the coolant temp sensor is not plugged in. I kept forgetting about that. So it does run rough for about 30 seconds, and then it runs fine after that. We had, I think, 80 pounds of oil pressure. Hot idle was sitting right at 24, 25. So I think I might shim it up a little bit higher. But all in all, for what it is, with the break-in oil and all that stuff, I am thrilled. It sounds good. I can't wait to put the other turbo on. We did do the hot retorque. That's done. We're just gonna let everything cool off. I'm probably gonna clean up the floor and stuff and just kind of take in the moment for a little bit. But yeah, this is awesome. Okay, so we have the compounds on fully we had to kind of adjust some things. We have our stainless hood stack. Be gentle. No back purging on this. I don't have the stuff to do it. And then we had a stainless Bros 90, and then I believe a JAMO stainless 5-inch piece of exhaust pipe. Also, shout out to Cody Fisher over at Firepunk for getting us the apparently the big boy solenoids. These are the Lightning 375s. So hopefully now I'll be cool enough. But you guys can see here the intercooler does interfere with the hood just a touch. So we are just going to kind of trim there. We got our marks to trim. And then the big thing was hitting the already made hole in this fiberglass clip. I didn't want to put any more holes in it. You know, it's not a good thing. So we hit the hole. This ring actually has some movement back and forth. So we're a little bit close to the back rather. So I'm just going to kind of slide this ring back about a 1/4 inch and we should be pretty good. I just put the ring on here. It was starting to really be rough on the fiberglass, and it also adds some structure back. Still haven't made up my mind there, but yeah, we are close, and it sounds pretty good with the compounds on, if you ask me. Dave, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I'm tired.
He's real tired. You guys want to see his blue truck? He is currently transmission installed. And I went through it, built it with a new case. Now his converter spins. This is the Travis Joy Designs fab work here. I will say I did add my own piece of color right there on the compound support bracket and welded it to that pipe right there, but you know, shameless plug. And we gotta fix another pipe for him, but it's looking nice. What's it like to powder coat engines? It's pretty bougie. But yeah, hopefully we make this dyno competition. And then we made a custom one-off ECM bracket for a dual pump cover, complete with zip tie. For sale soon, no? All right then. No, but we whipped it up in maybe what, Dave, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that'll at least get them by for now, because with the dual pump cover, the ECM can't be where it's in a factory location. And then tomorrow he's got to rig up his power steering. Basically you run like a D-stroked kit with these dual pump covers. So hopefully it works out. We have our 2 batteries, our 6 relays, and all that wiring just kind of goes here and into the dash. I'll be honest, guys, not my worst, probably somebody's worst, but not my worst. So everything kind of nice and labeled, but we'll put the terminals on here. So, and let me show you guys what we got going on with the hood stack here. So because this has to pop forward to tilt up, I ordered a better kit, but for right now this is the way it'll work. Basically you'll pop this off, this comes off, you put this down, and you pop this on, and this will be our hood stack. two Nitrous Express Lightning 375s. These are bad mamma jammas. -8 in, -6 out. This one came with fittings, bonus. This one I ordered, so I think for the dyno, we'll replace one of the small ones with one down there, and then we'll move a small one up here and probably start phasing those girls out, because apparently there's a new sheriff in town. These are apparently a so just over 3/8 of an inch solenoid compared to 120s. So this one solenoid does the work of almost 3 of those, maybe even more. Here's our Maximizer 5. I got all 4 outputs toggled on, and we got our TPMS. You guys can kind of see it down there. So at 80, we should start going. And just like that. And full throttle. So they're all set to like 40 right now, but we got this all taken care of. Ready for what you're here tomorrow once the engine seizes? America. God dang. That's a lot of solenoids. Let's see here. Let's see what we're working with, guys. Let's find this control. It's all 4. Dang, boy. And this is what it looks like right here. So, not bad. Okay guys, we have the spool now that works. It's off this toggle switch right here. This arms it. And then we have our dyno nitrous right there. Pretty hard to push. I like it. It prevents accidents, but yeah, nitrous is fully wired. Just gotta tuck a few more wires right there and stuff, but not that big of a deal. Our neutral safety switch is also wired, so now it'll only start in park or neutral. So we are closing in. I got to put the map sensor in still. I got to run the wastegates, the wastegate piping, and a couple of small tranny things, but we should be able to get it at least testable tomorrow on the street. And by street, I mean just like right in front of the shop. So stay tuned for that. We got another hot retorque banged out. Tools right there. Hook the coolant up, and then we turn the water pump on. Let's just make sure that we have. All right, so water temp's actually working now. Trans temp's there. So we are good, guys. We even got the fuel pressure all hooked up now. Check this out. Boom, right there, that 18. So, yep. Anyway, guys, hopefully this video is not going to go up before we're at the event, but we're going to go up to Nashville to go dyno this truck and Dave's truck. Not shooting for a crazy high number on this one. Anything like 1800 and above will be fine. We just need to know what it takes to get to where on horsepower wise for this, for the UCC dyno. Dave, I believe, is going to try and swing for 2000 plus, so should be really fun. I'm going to wrap this video up so we can get packed, get loaded and stuff, but yeah, a lot of workout done. Huge thank you again to Jordan. Also shout out to Keaton and Jacob. They came over and helped me with the front drive shaft that was hitting the floor. So thanks to them. And obviously Dave came in clutch getting some stuff for us as well. But truck's ready to go. We're gonna put the front clip on and get it wiped down and hit the road. Drop a big old like, drop that comment down below on what you think about what we have done to this truck in about 3 weeks. I am super pumped to hear it. It just started to spool there. It's definitely gonna need a spool jet, but subscribe if you are not already. And as always, guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one.